who plays Jake on Samurai Girl.
Yes.
So, welcome to Comic-Con.
Thank you very much.
Have you been here before?
I've not been here before.
Have you heard stories?
I've heard plenty of stories about it. Yeah. We'll see if they're all true.
All right.
We'll see if it lives up to the hype.
Sounds good. It sounds like a challenge to all Comic-Con fans.
I suppose it is.
So can you tell us a little bit about your character in Samurai Girl?
Yeah, he's Jake Stanton, obviously is his name. He's a ex-Army brat. That's just kind of the background. He doesn't look camel. We always say ex-Army brat. Any tough guy in any story is an ex-Army brat. But his other job, obviously, he kind of, moonlighted or moonlit for the Japanese mafia as a henchman of sorts, possible assassin. And then obviously didn't want to pursue that avenue anymore, and so he kind of cuts and runs. Is the whole backstory is kind of what you learn about him, and then it kind of picks up with him living in this kind of secluded house, and Heaven, played by Jamie Chung, who is the Samurai Girl. She comes and solicits his help after her wedding's attacked by what she feels is possibly the Yakuza, Japanese mafia, and so me being the best friend of her brother, she comes to me for help, and then we go and I guess kick ass from there.
Can you talk a little bit about the relationship that ends up between Jake and Heaven?
Yeah, there's obviously when you're fighting and there's life and death scenarios, and you're dealing with her brother dies early on, and so kind of dealing with that grief and loss. Obviously, there's kind of a bond that's formed, and so it's kind of that push-pull relationship where obviously she's very attractive and beautiful, and there's a strength about her that is obviously going to appeal to any guy. And then it's revealed that she's had a crush on me since a young age, me and her brother were buddies, and so there's the push pull in the sense that it's my best friend's sister. So it's kind of, I'm there to keep her safe, and it's kind of a hands off, but at the same time going through all those, like I said, those life and death moments and all that stuff. There's just going to be that inevitable kind of pulling of us together and stuff like that. So there's a romance of sorts, but it's kind of a hit or miss. Obviously, Stacy Keebler, who's also in the show, she plays my ex-fiance. She comes in the mix, which obviously kind of stirs the pot and muddies things up for any guy. So it's a whole kind of little bit of a love triangle, and Jake Stanton, he basically kills people for a living, so he's not too good in the romance department. So.
And yet he's still fought over by two beautiful women.
Yeah, they like the bad boys, I suppose. So.
Were you at all familiar with the source material that the show's based on?
I wasn't. My particular character wasn't in any of the books. There was a guy by the name of Hero in the books that I guess my character is kind of loosely based on. But I didn't read any of the Roswell books before Roswell either. I just I kind of had an idea of the character based on the original script. I had a clear idea of kind of what I wanted to do and how I wanted to play him and stuff like that. And for me, kind of that was good enough. I think those instincts, kind of kicked in. And again, based on the fact that he wasn't even in the books, I was going to kind of make it my own. So I get a little bit of anyone who's a fan of the books. I think we definitely, for kind of what I've heard, we keep the spirit of the books in there, and there's definitely a connection. But we did kind of want to make our own thing and all that stuff. But I get a free pass in the sense that I don't have to live up to anyone's particular expectations. So.
Are you looking forward at all to if the miniseries gets turned into a regular series, an ongoing series?
Yeah, I would. I definitely would. I mean, that's something that I would look forward to kind of. Obviously playing Jake again and working with all these people, and I think there's a lot of storylines and a lot of stuff that we could kind of experiment with and kind of put up on the screen that people would like. And it's not really, I don't want to say we've kind of broken the mold on anything. I don't want to think any kind of grandiose thoughts like that, or put us into a category where we don't belong. But at the same time, I don't think there's quite anything on television like this, at least at this present time, and stuff like that. I mean, there's a lot of there's the romance and the character stuff, but there's a number of fights and sword fighting scenes and a lot of hand-to-hand combat. And I guess obviously having the producers of Alias, I guess it's something maybe similar to what that was, but given the fact that she was I guess a government spy or whatnot, as opposed to I mean, we're actually samurais and ninjas, so we don't have a protocol to follow. We got more of a the code of the samurai to follow, and so I think it makes it just something a little bit different that that's just not on television. I hope people will gravitate towards it. I hope we're given the opportunity to kind of come back and put some more stuff up on the screen for them.
Great. Well, thank you so much for your time.
Thank you.